go. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome, everybody. To our continuing road down the Resident Evil games here. As you already know, obviously because of the title of the video, we are going to be covering Resident Evil Outbreak today. So, so this is going to be an interesting one. And first off, let me say, hello to everyone in chat right now. As always, hello, Happy. Mr. Happy Boy Games. Hopefully you're doing well. And this person is a special one because you don't really see them around in chat a lot for various reasons, but you know, they were checking in, saying hello. Napoleon Dynamite the Great, really long time viewer. He has pretty much been with this been a viewer of this channel ever since the very first video. So you know, they always, you know, stop by when they get the chance, see the VODs and everything. So, as always, shout out to Napoleon. Always love the continued support from the very beginning of all this. So, and next we got Mr. Dietetic Bo. How's everything going? Hopefully everything's going well with you too. And let's see. One of the newcomers to the scene over here, Mrs. Cool Cat, joins us today, which from what she says in chat, she is currently enjoying some sushi with the family. Hopefully you all are enjoying all the sushi you can eat. Hopefully it's very good. Sushi is definitely not my scene because I am not a big seafood person. So seafood is not my forte, but hopefully you all are enjoying it very well. Alright, so a little bit of a backstory on how this video is going to be handled, because this video is not going to be handled the way, unfortunately, the way that I would have liked this video to be handled. Because originally, as you can see right here, I have the physical game right here, which I wish I would be able to play. But when I was testing my PS2 earlier, and to refamiliarize myself with the controls, my PS2 controllers seemed like they don't want to cooperate because they were constantly having a seizure and not and and doing and pressing things that I was not pressing at all. So, unfortunately, I am not going to be able to play the game myself like I wanted to, unfortunately. So, what we're going to do is I found a uh, a playthrough. I don't know if this person did like 100% or whatnot, but they're doing a playthrough, and at the very least, we'll be able to cover the game somehow and go through the game, and I'll provide like insight and explanations and stuff to what's going on, because I am familiar with the game. I've played the game like multiple times. So, but unfortunately, it just doesn't. The controllers don't want to work. I think the pins in the controller, there might be something wrong with them. So I don't know. But either way, I do want to cover the this game because it is a game that I really like. I really enjoy it. And I do want to shine some spotlight on it in some way. So, there you go. So we will jump over to. Here we go. Ooh, excuse me. So where is? Oh, is the audio on? Yes, the audio's on. Okay. All right. So, um, yes. All right. So, from what the video obviously says here, they're gonna cover all the levels in the game. Apparently on the hardest difficulty, and take no damage. So we will see how true this is. But either way, also shout out to obviously the channel. How do you pronounce that? Cyrito Z7, I believe. That's how you say it. Or Cyritos 7, I guess. That's besides the point. Either way, we'll jump on in here and we'll get get through this somehow. Mm-mm. 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 Um, oh no, the audio is going.
Resident Evil.
Okay. There you go. Okay. I was
Outbreak.
I was like, where the fuck is the audio at? Okay. So here's the first scenario. Outbreak, which is ironic. Um, so right off the bat, we have several uh several characters you could play as. This was originally a online game for the PS2. You didn't have to play it online, you could play it offline. Playing it offline is not a problem. The game will give you I believe it was like two at minimum like two AI partners to to go through the levels with. So there's that, and you can pick between 8 characters. I believe it was 8 characters. So the first character is as you can see here, Kevin, who is a police officer, obviously with the Raccoon Police Department. You could kind of read like his little bio here, but each character has like their own like little specialties that they can do. So they have like certain like special items and things like that. Like for instance, Kevin here, he can, since he's a cop, he already comes with a gun. Because everybody else pretty much doesn't come with a gun. You typically have to find some weaponry in the level as you're going on to defend yourself. So Kevin is, I believe, like the only character that immediately starts with a weapon by default. Everyone else, you gotta find one. So you're defenseless right out the gate and you need to find a weapon. Also, certain weapons degrade. So you can get like a pipe and a blunt weapon or a piece of, I don't know, 2x4 or whatnot. And that will break eventually as you hit uh, enemies and stuff with them. So that is also a thing. Obviously, since this is supposed to be an online game, even if you're playing it by yourself, when you go into your inventory, in your menus and stuff, the game does not pause. So if there are enemies around and you're trying to look for something in your inventory, you will get hit and you will take damage while you're in the inventory. So you have to definitely play very smart when you're playing this game and make sure there's no enemies around when you're trying to look through your inventory and try to figure stuff out, like combining items and things like that. And searching for key items that you need to use. So very important. um well, not all Resident Evil games the menu in the menu you can get like hit and stuff. It's specifically this game because it was meant to be online. So in an online game, how can you pause in the middle of an online game. Like, is everyone just gonna freeze or something? So, it's one of the drawbacks of a online game, where obviously pausing a game doesn't necessarily mean the game is really paused. um so let's see. And then you have so you have Kevin, you have Cindy. um Obviously, Cindy here is you could see her occupation and is a waitress. Um, she is also uh, pretty much like one of the best healers in the game. Like, she has some good healing capabilities when it comes to like herbs and like things like that, which comes in handy specifically for her because she has one of the worst uh health pools in the game. So I believe she is the second weakest character in the game. So she can't really afford to be taking a lot of hits. So that is definitely an issue there. Now, Yoko's one of the other characters. Uh, she, I believe, also has one of the worst. Well, actually, she has the worst, I believe, health in the game. So you have to be very, very like cautious in what you're doing with enemies and stuff when you're playing as her. Because she takes worse hits than Cindy does. To compensate, though, if you notice, Yoko is wearing a backpack, a book bag, which enables her to hold, I believe, twice as many items as every other character in the game. So that's like the big benefit of playing as Yoko, is you can hold a lot more items than everybody else. But yet again, one of the big drawback is she's very, very fragile. So be prepared to be wasting a lot of health items on her if you're gonna be taking a lot of hits. It doesn't go through all the characters, do they?
Yeah.
No, no, they do not. Okay. So we're gonna cover. Where is? You could kind of see them. You can kind of see them, but I'm going to. I'm. You could see my little cursor here, so I'm just gonna like circle around them, so that way you know what character I'm talking about specifically. Um. So, I'll explain Alyssa. I'll explain Alyssa right now, but since it's hovering over her. But Alyssa here is a news reporter, and her big thing in the game is she is a master of unlocking things. So she has a lockpick. So she'll be able to like unlock uh certain doors and stuff that don't require an actual special key that you need, because you still need to find the special keys to unlock the doors. So just because she has a lockpick doesn't necessarily mean she could unlock every fucking door and skip a bunch of stuff. That is not what she can do. Because if anyone has played the original Resident Evil, whether it's the original Resident Evil or whether it's the one remake, when Jill gets her lockpick, Jill still can't unlock the special doors. Like the doors that need the sword key, the armor key, and stuff like that. She can't unlock those doors. Same thing with Alyssa here. She won't be able to unlock those special doors. You still need to find whatever you need to find to unlock those doors. So you can't cheat that way. uh, and then we have what was it? We have David here. David King. David King is his name, right? Yes, David King. Okay, making sure I'm getting his name right. Excuse me. He is a like a plumber, a fix-it guy, right? Yeah, he's pretty much like a handyman. He his biggest thing besides, you know, some of these bigger, burlier guys can take more hits, so they have like a bigger health pool to work with. He has, since he's a handyman, he can fix kind of like broken things. So he could kind of combine like certain things that only he would be able to combine things. So that's like his special trait. And then we have what was it? His name is George, right? Yes, George Hamilton. He's a doctor. And I forget, what is his special trait. What special thing does he does? He can create medicine from herbs. If he has like if you can find like special ingredients and stuff. Okay, cool. And then we have what was it? The last two characters are these two guys over here. So we have this guy, this big guy. I believe his name is Mark, right? Yes, Mark. He's a security guard. So he's pretty much a security guard. I believe he has, I think, like the biggest health pool in the game also, because he's like the biggest guy out of the whole cast of characters. So what is his special ability? Does he have one? Yes, the most health. Okay, it seems like that's about it. That's all he can do. Okay. And then we have this guy over here. Which I forget his name. Is his name Jim? Yeah, Jim. There you go. Jim Chapman. He's a subway worker. So he works in the subway, this guy over here. And he has a really dumb mechanic for the game. Hey, Jaquette. But yeah, he has a really dumb mechanic for the game. He does, Jim does, he has a luck mechanic where he can flip a coin, and if it's like heads or tails, like he'll be uh fuck he'll like the enemies won't attack him as much. Like he also kind of has like a dodge mechanic and stuff that he could like dodge like the enemies and stuff. He's kind of supposed to be like the cowardly character, like the character that is the most freaked out by everything that's happening. So, yeah. But for the purposes of this video, we are going with we are going to go through the video here with Alyssa specifically. And the reason why we are going with Alyssa is because if anyone knows about what's going on in Resident Evil 9, then it's very appropriate that we're covering Alyssa's, I guess you could say Alyssa's backstory here and what she went through in Raccoon City. So, yeah. So I think this is pretty appropriate. So let's continue here. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're going with Lone Wolf mode. So Lone Wolf mode is a mode that you unlock, I believe, by beating the game, like, all the levels in hard mode or something. And it pretty much, like the name suggests, you just play the game on your own without any AI partners with you. I really love this intro, by the way. This opening credit sequence. Now, if you are pretty familiar with the classic Resident Evil games, then this opening sequence is very familiar for you. Specifically, which they pretty much give away, the guy with the claws going after these guys in masks and stuff that are shooting at him. And then you see the big old eye on his shoulder. Pretty much, if you're familiar with Resident Evil, that is specifically William Birkin. So the opening credits is showing William Birkin slaughtering Hunk's infiltration team that was sent to steal the G virus from William. And obviously, in the bigger, grander scheme of things, it's also showing the virus, how the virus spread throughout Raccoon City. Which, obviously, see right here, the rats. So the rats licked up the T virus that William broke, like on the ground, and obviously the rats would, like, you know, eat up the people like they just did to that poor guy that survived the William, only to be, like, eaten by the infected rats. And then obviously those rats are gonna go around the sewers, go into whatever people's houses, and then there you go, the chain of events just get unleashed upon the entire city.
There was a disruption earlier at today's football match between the Raccoon Sharks and the Old Court Thunders. Apparently, the game was interrupted when an unruly fan got out of control and sparked a riot. The number of injured is not yet known, but more than 50 local law
What a weird customer. What are you doing?
Okay, so there are side objectives that you could do in these levels. Like, there's a lot of things that you could do in these levels. Like, for instance, right now, you see Alyssa is pushing all of those barrels to the door. So what that's going to do is that's going to give you more time to do things before the zombies break through the door. Because the zombies are going to break through the door regardless of anything that you do. But it gives you more time to, like, scour the area, look for things like they're doing now, taking there are also special items that you could find.
What the hell?
Like when they picked up an item and it had like the blue
Hey.
see? The blue text. That is those are character exclusive items. So you would have to play each scenario as each character, because every character has a bunch of special items in every level. And if you get all the special items, that's how you unlock, like, special costumes for every character. So that's how you get those. And see what I mean? Like, the zombies are gonna break through no matter what you do. Getting the staff key from the guy's dead body is exactly what they wanted. Because he had the key, so they needed the key to unlock that door. So now we make the trip upstairs.
Oh my god.
Which isn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So we got a random zombie there.
Ha.
Oh, and then we got a
No
little storage
kidding.
key. See?
What's that sound?
Also, on higher difficulties, certain things will be a little important key items that you need to progress through the game. You will need. They will be kind of like in different places.
Oh my
like
God.
for instance,
Go to hell.
On an easier
I don't know.
difficulty, like for instance on the easy
found it.
difficulty, you don't have to wait for the guy to get killed. The staff key would be like on the bar table, and then you can grab it and then just unlock the door and go a little quicker.
Hey!
Upstairs.
Step aside.
So there's that. Obviously you got a little bit of a barricade. Well, you made a little bit of a barricade because you picked up the nail gun and then you used the nail gun on the little boards.
Why now?
So you got that. So that makes that a little easier. Also, picking up that lighter is gonna come in good handy later towards the end of the level. To get you to like the final little section of the level, definitely need that lighter.
It's too early to give up.
And there you go, Alyssa just demonstrated her lock-picking capabilities there. So that's pretty handy. And the zombies haven't busted down the doors yet. I mean the wood
Ha!
that you nailed to the doorway. Which is also pretty also the screams of the civilians outside is not great. It's a nice touch for the ambiance and the chaos that's going on outside, but not great in the sense of like, you know, you have a zombie apocalypse going on. Now see, the problem I was having is my controller was not oh yeah, that's also the annoying thing, is that you have to go into the your lockpick and you have to pick the different you have to pick the correct, like, lock pick configuration to work on the doors. So that's not... it's not the greatest.
No!
Oh yeah, you have a little defensive shove if you notice that. Like, you kind of, like,
Hey.
elbow them a little bit. You just smacked him with the stick. That's funny. Oh, that's pretty smart. like locking the zombie into like a door banging animation, so that way they can't do anything. Like, that's pretty cool. They got some Molotov cocktails and stuff. I believe there's no crimson heads in this game, so shouldn't be too much of a problem with killing zombies, really. Oh, smart. Smart. The zombie can break the gate.
Hello there. I don't think so.
Interesting.
I was
See,
thinking.
there's so many different variables that the game has that there's like alternate ways of getting around certain things without needing certain keys. Because traditionally, in that scenario, you would have to get a key for the forklift, and then you'd use the key to turn on the forklift and then raise the boxes that the forklift has, so that way you could climb on the ladder and then crawl over the boxes and everything to get on the other side of where the gate was. So that way you can go up the stairs to get to the roof. So that's an interesting alternative.
This is what I needed.
Also, you're probably asking yourself, if you tried to play this game online, how?
Hey there. Over there.
How would you play it online? Well, there's no voice chat for one when the game came out.
Attention everyone. Due to the riots in progress, this area will be closed off soon. Please proceed to this checkpoint immediately. If you do not leave the area in time, we cannot guarantee your safety.
And then now you have like less than 3 minutes to get to the other building, to jump to the other side of the building, and then make it to the bottom of the building to where the cops are. You could also die here, because if you don't like time your jump, then you will be hanging off like the side of the building, and you would have to like do your little button mashing stuff to pull yourself up. Or if you have an AI partner or whatnot, like they will come over and they will pull you up, like help pull you up from the side of the building. So there's that. What else do we have here?
You startled me. I'm surprised you're still alive. The whole city's a war zone. We need all the help we can get. Now, move the police car over there to build a barricade. Go!
Which you have to do to proceed. I believe you have to. Unless there's an alternate way of going around this that I don't know. Oh, I guess you probably just have to do the police car that's next to him, I guess. If you noticed at the beginning of the level, when everyone's at the bar during that opening cutscene, all 8 of the main characters, all 8 of them are in that bar. All of them are there. Oh no, you do have to do both. Okay. So, and these enemies are clearly on the higher difficulties. Because, this is only supposed to be regular zombies. So, this is interesting. Some nasty ass, bugs. But in any case, all 8 of the characters are in, the bar. During that opening shot, you could kind of see, like, several of them. Like, you could see Mark at the bar. Like, obviously, Alyssa was typing away on her computer next to the window. I believe Kevin is also at the bar. And then, whatchamacallit, you saw Cindy with the
We're getting
drink.
closer. We gotta go now.
Getting startled by the infected mouse or rat or whatnot, whatever one you want to say, whatever. But yeah, you see her there. There's a couple of other characters you don't necessarily see, but they're all in the bar. Because depending on the characters that you're playing these scenarios with, you can get exclusive cutscenes for those specific characters. Like, obviously with Alyssa, we focused on her with the computer and everything in that opening shot. So if you picked one of the other characters, then it would show you their perspective during that cutscene of where they are in the bar. Like for instance, if you picked Yoko, then Yoko is in the bathroom and she's cutting her hair. So you would get like little things like that. Like little exclusive like cutscenes and things like that, depending on the characters. Which also leads to like certain like special character endings too that you get for beating these levels with specific characters. So there is so many different variables with each of these levels. Because there isn't a lot of levels in this game. I think there's like 5.
Hey, listen, you should go now. That's a fuel tank. Leak the gas and use it to burn these bastards. Do it now!
It's nice that the cutscene also changes depending on the enemies that's around, because usually for me, because I traditionally didn't like play these levels on the really hard difficulties. So traditionally for me, it's a zombie that like that sneaks up behind him when he's looking at the tanker truck. And this is why you have the lighter. It's a zombie that eats the cop. So it's really nice that these cutscenes accommodate the changes of enemies depending on the difficulty. So that's pretty sweet that they do that.
Good. Go to hell! Uh-huh.
Yes, 5. Okay, I was right. Yeah, there's 5. 5 different scenarios. Okay. All right, that's cool.
This is the Raccoon City Police Department. Please try to stay calm. Vehicles are standing by to commence evacuation. We need everyone here as quickly as possible. That's it then? Get in, please. The highway is too dangerous. We're taking side streets. Damn! Another barricade. As you can see, there are too many roadblocks. I'm afraid you'll have to get out and continue on foot.
What the hell? No way. I was thinking.
Oh, they have a the SWAT car has
Can't be.
the SWAT van has the fucking
No kidding.
typewriter in it. That's funny.
I was thinking.
There's also a hidden ending here where I
What am I
believe
gonna
you
do?
could come back here
Go to hell!
and you could leave in the SWAT car if you want to. I forget what you have to do to trigger that, but you can do it. Instead of doing this.
Oh no. No. The city's gone.
What's taking so long? Hurry up! I'm trying! I'm almost done! Hurry! Hurry! This way! Okay, it's done! Eric! What should I do?
Okay, so
What the hell?
So, for this, because this is the last part of this scenario too. This is the ending part. You have to complete the detonator so you could set off the bomb that the cops died before they can set it off. So you have to get the pieces and combine it, and then there you go. And you can do it. See? Boom. So this is how the scenario is supposed to end. Like if you don't try to do like secret endings.
We made it. As a newspaper reporter, I had been involved with bizarre cases before. But this time, I had to learn the hard way that my past experiences were useless. When a horror movie becomes reality, a person's sanity can disappear instantly. I was moving on pure survival instinct.
Yesterday, just before dawn, the Pentagon announced that radioactive waste has been leaked throughout Raccoon City. In accordance with U.S. safety regulations, the city has been placed under quarantine and the Army has been sent in to investigate and control the situation.
Nice cover story, by the way. Hey, Try, how's it going? Okay, so like you can see here, at the end of every scenario, you get a bunch of points depending on what you did and like all that stuff. Like it keeps track of like everything that you do. So the more things you do within the level, the more points and stuff that you get. So, which is why you see here event completion rate is like at 51, because it all depends on what you do within that run. So the more you do, the more points you're gonna get. And then you could spend the points on like concept art, costumes that you unlock. You could even unlock NPC skins. So you can turn like the 8 characters, you can turn them into like different NPCs. And you could kind of pretend that you're playing as those NPCs. Even though they will still sound like the regular characters, it's not like they're gonna sound like the NPC, but they will look like the NPC, which is pretty funny, actually. Hopefully everything's hopefully you're doing well, Try. And see, you got all the special items they collected. See, and then it breaks down like all the stuff you get. Like it even needs to be like files and stuff that you pick up, like those also count to like your completion ratio. Like even random events that happen within the scenario, like the crow that broke in through the window in the drawing room, like even doing like little stuff like that. Like even in my playthrough, like when I would play the game, like even just seeing like, for instance, like a bottle falling off like the shelf or something, even stuff like that will count towards the completion rate. Try, you're cleaning and making dinner. Hopefully the dinner comes out well. And it comes out really good. Alright, so the next scenario here is below freezing point. So... and obviously they're gonna scroll through to Alyssa, as always. Yet again, they're doing very hard mode and lone wolf mode, so.
There's no turning back now. But it'll all be worth it. Uh-huh.
Now, Yoko here is not an AI partner. She's here for continuity within the level. You will see what I mean in a minute.
What's wrong with this thing? Stupid piece of junk. Oh, it's losing electric pressure. Oh, screw it. I'll just find another way out of here. Monica? I didn't expect you to return. After your little incident, I assumed that you went and hid under a rock like the little child that you are. What is that capsule? Wait! Are you after this too? You are, aren't you? Oh, you are so... Stop it. I don't understand what you're talking about. Don't play the innocent little girl with me. You can't fool me. You could never fool me. But maybe we can work something out. Give me your ID card. Yoko, you little lifesaver. I'm so glad we had this chance to catch up. Have a nice life. What's left of it.
And that's pretty much the main reason why Yoko is even around, even though you're playing in lone wolf mode and you're not supposed to have any AI companions. Just here for the sake of continuity, for that cutscene and to explain like that little part there. If you can't tell what this level is, this is the same exact laboratory lab as from the end of the original Resident Evil 2. So this is supposed to be the same exact lab.
Go to hell!
You would be able to kind of notice similar areas.
Don't touch me!
Because there are certain areas that are literally exactly the same. But obviously, since this game is 3D and not pre-rendered like the pre-rendered backgrounds like the original Resident Evil 2, obviously everything has been reimagined in 3D. But they are the same exact locations. They have the map is like the same layout. Everything that's in the level is pretty much like exactly how it's supposed to be. Like, so it's very one-to-one. Like you also saw like a minute ago, Yoko just turned into a zombie, like, off-screen. So, that's pretty much what happens when you're not playing as Yoko for this level. Like, obviously, if you were playing as Yoko for this level, then you would get, like, some, like, more special, like, interactions and stuff you would be able to do. Because this is supposed to be the lab that Yoko used to work at. So this is the level that you kind of get the revelation that Yoko used to work for Umbrella. So doesn't mean Yoko's like a bad person. Like she's good. Hence why she doesn't work for Umbrella anymore, because you know, learning the shit that they're really doing, you know, kind of would put a damper on wanting to continue to work for this company. So,
What the hell?
hey, she made Vigil. So clearly, there's a killer plant around that needs Vigil to be used on. Is something special supposed to happen? I like the little dodges and stuff that they do. It's pretty cool when you stuck that you like shoulder like a little shoulder bump and like kind of put him in a little bit of a stun animation, and it gives you enough opportunity to like get around them and stuff. Very, very neat way to help the player conserve like ammo and things like that. So that way you're not risking getting hit by trying to do it the old-fashioned way and like scooch around them. Like you could just like shoulder nudge them, and then while they're in like a stun state, you could take that opportunity to quickly get around. Oh, there you go. There's your big ass plant that you need to use the Vigil on. There you go. Ew, that's disgusting. Also, obviously that plant looks like the mouth of that plant looks like a big vagina, so AO on that one. Whoever designed that plant, it's very clear what they wanted that referencing.
This is what I needed. We're screwed.
If you notice the little voice lines that Alyssa is just randomly saying. Oh, there you go. Exactly. That how do we say that? Dalino? Datino? Hopefully that's how you say it. But yes, it is the big pussy tree. I think that's what everyone calls it, because it's like bro, just look at the tree, and what else would you call that tree? Like, they're not being very subtle about what that tree looks like. Oh, Lino. Okay. Okay, Lino for short. Thank you. That makes it easier. But yeah. And then the lock-picking thing. See, the lock-picking thing I would enjoy if I didn't have to go inside the lockpick and pick the different locks that I need to be able to open stuff with. Like, if it was just a regular lockpick and then you just use it on anything and then it just works that way, adding the extra step of needing to go into it, pick between 4 different configurations for the lockpick is just adding tedium on top of, like, needless things to do. Like, I didn't really enjoy that. Oh, you do? Oh, nice, nice, nice. See, I was going to play Outbreak myself. But my issue was, because I have the game sitting right next to me. Like, I have a physical copy of the game sitting there. My issue was my controller was having a seizure, and it was doing like a bunch of different things that I couldn't. The controller was doing a bunch of different actions that I couldn't do anything. Like, it was just doing stuff on its own. So I think I believe the pins in the controller may have a problem. The connecting pins to the PS2. So I was like, you know what? It's gonna take me a while to get it fixed because I have to take it to a specialist to get it done. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just... I still wanted to cover the game, so let me just...
Come on. It won't move. Why?
Just watch...
Give me a break. I don't believe this. Something else I have to fix to get out of here.
Just pretty much watch an expert playthrough. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Lino. The problem was the controller. Like the PS2 worked fine. The game itself works fine. It's just that the controller itself, it would just do like random things. Like, I would be trying to move to different things, and the character would keep doing like a dodge animation. They would keep like aiming at things even though I'm not trying to shoot anything. And the big problem was I couldn't get the menu to check for items. So every time I would try to do the menu, it would just go fucking crazy. Yes, I was trying to do the emulator, but I'm not the biggest PC person. Like, I don't like my expertise on PC stuff is not the biggest. So, you know, trying to learn emulation is kind of when I have time, I try to brush myself up on it and things like that. But since I'm on kind of a time crunch right now, because I want to, hey, here's the actual corridor that you would put, because we just passed the corridor that you would put, Sherry in. That Claire would put Sherry at. And this is obviously the main corridor for the 3 sections of the lab that you are, that you do in the original Resident Evil 2. So this whole section really does a lot of nostalgia for me, because I love the original Resident Evil 2. I played it like so many times. So this whole scenario in Outbreak, I loved replaying because it's so like oh, I'm seeing these locations in like full 3D was such a fun experience for me. Lino says, I feel ya on that. A friend of mine helped me and it took almost an hour to get it to work. Yeah. Like if I was playing this, I necessarily would, if I was gonna emulate Outbreak, I wouldn't mind just, as long as the game runs and I could play it on my own, then that's fine. Like, I know trying to get the game to work, like, online requires a whole other, like, can of worms of steps to get the game to work in an online environment. Because I have a friend of mine that also wanted to do it, and they were looking into it, and even they were like, wow, you have to do a lot of things to try to get this to work. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh no, Lino says it's so fun online. That you love playing Outbreak with others. Yeah, I know. These games are ridiculously fun. I loved playing Outbreak and stuff. Like a lot. Like I severely wish, I really wish Capcom would like remaster these games. Like, I severely wish they would remaster these games and give them modern, like, online capabilities. Like, if Capcom just remastered both of these games and just gave them modern, like, online capability, they would make, like, a bunch of money. Like, a bunch of money. Because the fans want these games to be re-released so badly. Exactly, Lino. Lino says, I always tell people Outbreak was so ahead of its time, it's insane. Yes, it was. Well, yes, it is. It is ahead of its time. Like, some of the things that are in this game, you still don't even see. Like, so many of the variables that you could do in the game, where you have like secret endings and stuff that you could do, is like insane at the amount of variety that that most of the scenarios like have within them. And obviously we just turned on the heater and now all the hunters are active and are gonna try to kill Alyssa here. Which room is this one? I'm trying to look at these rooms and see if I could remember what room specifically this is supposed to be from Resident Evil 2. Like, obviously, there's gonna be a bunch of new rooms. Because there's even, like, new entire floors to this area, too. Just wait for the thing. Oh, that's what's up. Lino says they stream Outbreak every day. That, you're just addicted to these games. Oh, I was right there with you, bro. I was right there with you. Like, the amount of time I spent, like, on these games back in the day was insane. Especially considering the fact that you have 8 different characters that you could play every single scenario with, and you have unique things that you can do with each character within those scenarios is crazy. Thank you, Lino, for the follow. Thank you so much. Cause the big thing for me with the time crunch that I'm under with this is Resident Evil 9 is gonna be coming out, and I want to make sure that I at least cover the Outbreak games in some way. Unfortunately, because of the controller problems, I couldn't do it myself. So I was like, I still want to cover them and give them the spotlight and the respect that they deserve. So this was like one of the only ways I could figure it out to do, because even if I try to get the controllers repaired or try to get like a new controller or something, there's no telling how long like that would take, and I want to make sure I get this done before Resident Evil 9 comes out. So kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, unfortunately, that the controller gave me. Well, what was in that briefcase was not great. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? A meowdy to you too. But, like I was saying earlier, with Alyssa and the random, like, voice lines that she's doing, that was the game's ad-lib system. Since the game didn't have, like, actual voice chat when the game came out, they needed a different way for online players to be able to communicate with each other. So they came up with the ad-lib system. So you could have the character like cycle through some different like voice lines to pretty much say like different like phrases of like, hey, come over here, like take this, and like things if you want to like give each other different items or take an item from a different player. Like you could do all that. Like even the AI, like if you have AI partners, you could do the same thing with AI. You could call them over and request like an item that they have that you might need. You could tell them like, give me that item, they'll run over to you and they'll hold it out in their hand for you to grab and things like that. Like, you can do that stuff. Yeah, yeah, Lino. Because Lino says it. The dialogue is one of the many reasons why Outbreak was ahead of its time. People used it to voice lines to send communications and commands. Yeah, exactly. That's because it didn't have the proper voice chat. Like, obviously, if the game actually had voice chat, then the ad-lib system would not even be in the game. Oh. Hey, look, it's a little little G monster. Kind of like the G monster that pops out of like Irons' chest. And then obviously it's gonna grow, and then you're gonna have to fight it anyway. So, because those little things fucking grow ridiculously quickly. But yeah.
Over there.
So the ad-lib system was pretty much just to compensate for the lack of proper voice chatting. It was an inventive workaround though. Like they had to figure something out, so at least they were able to come up with a creative solution, and that G monster looks horrifically nasty. This boss. I hated fighting this fucking boss. This is definitely one of the more, well, it's technically the first boss that you fight in the game. Because the first scenario doesn't have a boss. But this scenario obviously does. And very nice stun locking. Just stun locking him with the chucking the chemicals at him. Which is really good, because that's like a big weakness.
We managed to beat whatever that thing in the meat locker was. But is it over?
Said meat locker.
I may have just unleashed something terrifying.
She said meat locker. I will say, one of the biggest disappointments for Outbreak though was there's no connective like cutscenes or anything that connects the scenarios to each other. Because aside from the first and last scenario, all the other scenarios are you could kind of jumble them around, because you don't really know like the order of when the other scenarios are supposed to take place in. Like, they just kind of jump around. Hey, how's it going, little Meow Min? How's it going, Meow? Little Meow. Hopefully it's going good. Alright, so now in the Hive scenario, we are in Raccoon Hospital.
I apologize if I surprised you. Please, do not be alarmed. I'm a doctor in this hospital. I must say that this hospital is not an ideal place to take shelter. It's not as safe as it may look or sound. I myself have decided to get out of here as soon as possible.
And also, yellow. Nice. Meow to you too, little meow. The Raccoon City Hospital here is also supposed to be the same, I believe the same Raccoon City Hospital that Carlos would visit in the original Resident Evil 3. When... Oh, the fucking leech man. I hated this motherfucker with a burning passion. Like, I hated the leech... The leech man in this scenario, I hated this.
Go to hell!
Oh! Oh, that's sweet of you. That's sweet of you that you, Lino, that you invited some people over. That's wonderful. Hey, everyone's welcome to
the bloody elevator
come
isn't
in,
working.
chill.
I'm trying to figure out why.
Have fun.
It seems the electricity on this floor is entirely supplied by an auxiliary battery. See if this works.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's the fucking leech guy again. The leech guy. Yo, what the hell were you doing bumbling around like that? You couldn't just, like, run in the opposite direction. What are you doing? Now, see, Doctor, that's your fault that you got killed by the leech man. All right? That's completely on you.
Don't touch me.
Especially as slow as the leech guy was moving, like, how did you not, like, get away from him? Thank you, Lino. Thank you for the compliment. That Lino says that they like my passion for Resident Evil. Yet my passion for Resident Evil burns as brightly as 1,000 suns. Like, if you probably have seen, if you've seen the archives of the previous videos that I've done over the past probably like month and a half at this point, going on like 2 months now, I've been going through pretty much every single Resident Evil game that I can realistically be able to go through. So it's just really disappointing that I wasn't able to play Outbreak myself. Yes, little meow. I am super excited for Resident Evil 9. The current plan right now is to get through, to cover all the rest of these Resident Evil games, to cover them, so that way, when Resident Evil 9 comes out, I will be able to immediately play it when it comes out. Because I do plan to stream Resident Evil 9 on release day. Like, I do plan to stream the game live and actually stream it for the first time. Like, I want to stream it completely blind. Oh, you just noticed the umbrella shirt, Mr. Meow, Lil Meow. Yeah. Look at that. They made killing that leech man so easy. Well, technically it is. Technically it is easy to kill the leech man, especially if you know what you're doing already. But if you don't know what you're doing, that leech fucking guy can be so fucking annoying if you don't know what you're doing. Like going through this level for the first time for me, like way back in the day, that leech dude, like I wanted to like, well, you obviously have to burn him, but I wanted to burn him like into the sun. I just wanted to throw him into the sun and incinerate him like so badly. Especially since the leech man in this level gives me PTSD. Gives me PTSD from all the leech men in Resident Evil 0. Because remember, Resident Evil 0 had a bunch of leech guys that would annoy the shit out of me so much throughout Resident Evil 0. Because I played through Resident Evil 0 before I got Outbreak. So when I got to this level, and the leech man was there, I was like, oh dear God, it's Resident Evil 0 all over again. Get this leech man away from me. Like, I already had to deal with, like, 6 of your cousins throughout Resident Evil 0. I don't want to deal with you here. Like, why are you invading another game? like, it was, Yeah, exactly, Lino. Exactly. I hated the Resident Evil 0 leechmen too. Especially when you kill them and they fucking... they do the suicide explodey thing. Like, I hated when they were doing that. Like, that shit was so annoying. Oh, that's an impressive list. That's a pretty good list, little... little meow. Hold on. Lino said the Leech Man and Axeman loves Little Meow. And Little Meow says, no, I do not. And Little Meow also says, they never played Resident Evil 0. They've only played, I'm assuming that's the original Resident Evil 3, the original Resident Evil 4, the 4 remake, 5, 6, and 7, and you currently... Ooh, excuse me. You currently need to finish Resident Evil 8. Ah, interesting. Ooh, excuse me. So you never played 2? So have you played 2, like whether it's the original 2 or the remake 2? And have you ever played the original Resident Evil? Whether it's the original Resident Evil or whether it's the Resident Evil 1 remake. Look at that, another lock tick on the locker there.
It can't be.
let's see. Little... Oh, okay. Little Meow says, I don't think that, she doesn't think, that she played any of the ones I've mentioned so far. Oh. And then Lino follows up saying, Little Meow played both Outbreak games and Resident Evil 2. I think she lost her memories. Maybe the Leech Man sucked the memories out. Maybe that's what happened. Little Meow said, yeah. Said the Leech Man probably did. Lino, the Leech Man, I think, did a number on her. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, now we're in the sewer area of the hospital.
What the hell?
Yo, some of these ad-lib lines are so hilarious at times. Oh, wait, how they did it. There's also the Revelations games. If you don't know about those, Revelations 1 and 2. Yeah, I got that from your earlier comment, Lino. Because Lino said it's funny because in File 2, when we are in the flashback scenario, the Axeman tends to chase Minnie nonstop. Oh look, and I just chase Little Meow nonstop. Look, I just reminded Little Meow of Revelations. Hold on. Which Revelations? Revelations 1 or Revelations 2? Okay, now we got the boat. So we got the boat to try to get out of the thing. Oh, Revelations 2, there you go. Lino says, see, she lost her memory, man, I told you. I do agree. Oh, look at that, dude. Got the boat and just set fire to the big ass leech pit. Yo, this thing is disgusting. That is nasty. And then the big ass fucking leech monster. But I do agree, Little Meow, the Axeman is scary. He is definitely a scary camper. This little leech thing, this leech monster kind of reminds me of a different Resident Evil monster. I can't put my finger on what monster specifically, but it does remind me of one. I do suggest, if you are gonna play like some of the like Resident Evil games that you haven't played, Little Meow, I would suggest.
Normally, I'd be loving this kind of thing.
Hold that thought.
Everywhere I turn, there's a scoop. But none of that matters if you're not alive to tell it. Besides, mayhem has become the way of life here.
Okay, I was waiting for the cutscene to finish with the dialogue. I would suggest Resident Evil Zero. Resident Evil Zero is pretty good overall. I definitely 100% suggest the Resident Evil 1 remake. Cause the next is Hellfire. Cause the Resident Evil 1 remake, for me, I don't know about you. I don't know about any of you. But the one remake for me is still my favorite Resident Evil game of all time.
Take downstairs.
Hold that thought real quick. Just wait for wait for the cutscene and everything.
Get out!
Okay. Hey! Okay, now since we're in gameplay, I can continue.
Step aside!
Little Meow says, the angles annoy me. I get lost. Oh, the fixed camera angles. I get it. Hey, at least you played the original Resident Evil 3, right? So you should be a little familiar with the fixed camera angle.
Hello there. Huh? What do you want? What am I gonna do?
Lino also says,
right.
Little Meow is pretty new to the whole franchise, so she's still learning. It was because of me that I had to drag her into my world of Resident Evil. That's hopefully you didn't drag her into the world kicking and screaming, hopefully. I would hope not. But yeah, it's Little Meow said I was screaming each time I died. Well, that's traditional for everybody. Everybody's gonna do that at least in the beginning. It kind of you kind of get used to it with experience. So Um, Lino says, picture me as the Axeman, bringing her to Dorothy to feed. Okay, now that's pretty dark. That's pretty dark. For anyone tuning in that doesn't know what that means, it's a reference for Outbreak File 2. So we will definitely we'll cover that when we get to File 2. Which will be the next the next video. Dang, Alyssa is just stomping a mud hole into that zombie. Look, Alyssa stomped the mud hole in that zombie so badly that he literally disappeared. She stomped him out of existence. Those are some pretty super powered high heels that she's wearing. Little Meow says, Lino hates me. Why? Because I think Lino just likes seeing you scared, apparently. Apparently Lino likes scaring you is what I'm getting at from this conversation. Then we got the little motel here. Lino says, I just like making Outbreak references. And yeah, scaring her is fun. Little Meow says he knows I'm scared of the Axeman. But we have to
It can't be.
But you do have to replay the scenarios to get the points to unlock the things in the game. So it's definitely one of those things where you have to keep no problem, Charlie. No problem, Charlie. If you're not able to come back, Charlie, don't worry about it. As long as you were here, you said hello, and you spent some time here.
Don't touch me!
That's all I really need. It's always wonderful having you around, Charlie. Whether you're lurking around or you're just or you're joining in the conversation, it's always a pleasure, Charlie. If you're not able to come back, have a great night, and I hope you sleep well. Okay? Oh wow, that is cool. That is cool, Lino, that you started streaming Outbreak right now. Nice. Oh, nice. I don't know why it held that, but whatever. And then Alyssa stomping mud holes in these zombies, man. She's gonna wear out those high heels like nobody's business. Yeah, this Hellfire scenario was definitely pretty involved. Like I really like how some of these scenarios are can be pretty intricate in a bunch of the things that you kind of have to do to like progress like the level pretty much. Because it's been so long for some of these, for me playing through some of these scenarios that it's almost like I'm watching them for like the first time in certain cases. Because there are certain levels that I would just repeatedly like play over and over again to pretty much grind for points. Like to just farm points. Yo, you're breaking down those doors with shoulder tackles? Like how is Alyssa's like arm, like how is her shoulder not dislocated at this point? Like just repeatedly charging into a wall over and over and over again. Look at that. We went into a knife-only run, apparently. Because now Alyssa's she's just shanking people. She's just knifing them. Alyssa, a little lower, and you'll literally be knifing the zombie, like, in his butt. You'll be just sticking the knife up his butt. Just shoving it right up his ass. There we go. Wanted to make sure I can do that. Get that out of the way.
This is what I needed.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Definitely having all these liquors around is also not like the best. Like usually having to deal with liquors in general is usually not the best scenario to be in. Like I will say that. All these bullets. Look at all of this. No problem, Lino. No problem. No problem. That's always.
Don't touch me.
It's always appreciated. It's crazy too, because I almost regret even watching this video, because mostly what this is doing is like really making me extremely disappointed that I'm not able to play it myself.
No way. What am I gonna do? I think you're right.
Oh, then we get down. Because the main point of this whole scenario is we have to get to the ground floor. Like, we have to make it to the first floor to get out of the hotel. Like, we have to get out of here. Or the inn. The hotel, the inn, whatever they want to call it. Whatever they call it here. Even though there's gonna be a pretty fun, a pretty fun surprise when we get to the bottom.
Hey!
Well, Lino says that they're getting chewed up right now as they play Outbreak. Hopefully they're not, hopefully the zombies aren't trying to gangbang you. Hey, Bunny! How's it going, Bunny? How's it going, Bunny? AKA the nerd girl _10. Bunny to the friends. That's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that it's going good for you, Bunny. That's great.
I think so.
Yeah, then we got because Alyssa got the code before, so now we can unlock that. See,
this is what I needed.
Because she got one of the keys earlier, and then another special item. I got the silver key, and I think it was the bronze key that they picked up earlier. And there is a liquor in the hallway. Yep, there you go. Use the silver key. The fucking liquor. I don't know how to feel about the liquors. The liquors in Outbreak here. Because the liquors in this game look different than they do in the other Resident Evil games. Like, my problem with the liquors is probably because they look ridiculously skinny. Like, they look way skinny.
Don't touch me.
Like, I usually like the liquors when they're a little bit more like muscly, and not like really skinny like this. Like it almost looks like Bunny says they are the evolved hungry lickers. Well, they look more like the anorexic lickers. Bunny says maybe they're on a diet. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of the liquor design in this game. Cause they almost look like stick people, like crawling around on the walls and the floor and stuff. Like I don't really. Bunny said they need to watch their food. Apparently, but yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of how they look. Thankfully though, the boss of this level definitely makes up for the lackluster liquor design for me. So I do like the boss for this level. Like the design for the boss here, I do like that. Bunny says you don't know their lives. Being a zombie is hard. Fair point, Bunny. Fair point. I'll give you that one. Fair point. What floor are we on right now? Because I believe we're getting closer to the first floor, I think. Happy Boy says, what inspired me to play through a majority of the Resident Evil games again? Mostly streaming. Oh look, we made it to the first floor. It made it to the first floor. Great. Good. That means the boss fight is about to happen. Hold on. Here's the boss fight introduction. See, this. I'll get back to your thought in a minute, Happy Boy.
I'll be with you soon.
This boss, the liquor boss, being the liquor, the half liquor that is hanging off the that's hanging out of the vent. I do like the creativity where the boss is kind of in the process of going from being a zombie to being a liquor. Cause she has like liquor traits, but she still has like a zombie like aesthetic still. So I do like that the zombie is kind of like in the middle of evolving into a liquor. Like that is pretty creative for a boss. Also the boss can't do nothing to you because they're stuck in the vent. So unless you get close to the boss is gonna do no damage to you. Like at all. And obviously, if you have enough bullets, you can literally just take pot shots at it from this far away and kill it with no problem. There's there's also there's also a glitch, like a glitch exploit that you could use for this boss fight. If you go up to the liquor and you let the liquor do its like tongue swipe move,
You made it.
Get
out! Hurry!
It swipes you and you kind of like get knocked. Like you have a knockdown, like kind of like a knockdown animation.
That was close. It's not just the hotel. Now the whole city is burning. You were lucky.
I earned it.
We've been patrolling the city, trying to help those in need.
Jeez,
But
that line
it's
delivery.
worse than a war zone. The army's been called in. Better get out of the city while you can. I have a very bad feeling.
I clear the smell of smoke from my entire body, but the stench of death still remains. Two things are for certain. I'm alive by some miracle, and the next hell is waiting around the corner.
Okay. So with the liquor boss fight, when she does the tongue swiping move, depending on like the angle and stuff that you can get when you get hit by it, there is a possibility that when you get knocked, you will get knocked behind the boss. And if you get knocked behind the boss, then the boss can't even hit you from there because the boss can't turn around. It only faces one direction. So you could literally just kill the boss by just being behind it and just killing it that way, which is pretty funny. Which is a pretty funny like exploit that you could do if you can get it to work. Like if you're able to get hit and get knocked in the right direction, then it's a funny little exploit that you can do. To also answer Happy Boy's question earlier before we move on to the final scenario. What inspired me to do all of these Resident Evil games is it was always the plan. It was always the plan for me to cover these Resident Evil games at some point. When I started doing streaming. Like I was always going to do it. Particularly like once I've gained like enough experience figuring out like how do I do things, how do I do that, how do I do this, getting like the different programs and stuff to work and doing all this stuff. Once I've gone through my trial and error period, I was going to jump into these Resident Evil games anyway. One of the major reasons I didn't do it when I started streaming was because, and this is a big thing, the original Resident Evil 2 and 3 did not have a re-release. So they weren't easily accessible on like a PS4 or a PS5. And so I was like, okay, that means I'm going to have to use my GameCube versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3. I was going to use those. But while I was like preparing and going through like other games and going through like the trial and error period, like I said, that's when Capcom announced that they were going to re-release the original Resident Evil 2 and 3 on like PS4 and PS5 and stuff. That they were going to come. They didn't give a date. So I just knew they were coming. I just didn't know when. So once they made that announcement, then I was like, okay, so I'm just going to wait until those re-releases come out. And then I could play them in a more like up-to-date way, pretty much. And then by the time those games came out, by the time we actually got a time frame of when those re-releases were coming, Capcom already announced Resident Evil 9 and when Resident Evil 9 was coming out. So then it became, okay, I'm going to play them, play all the games in leading up to the release of Resident Evil 9. So it was like a consistent chain of events that just kept happening that I was like, I was going to play these games anyway, but now you were giving me like all these different things to wait for and to anticipate the release of the new game and like all that stuff. So it wasn't really like one thing that inspired me. It was always on the agenda. There was no doubt that I was not going to cover Resident Evil at all. The entire name of my channel, Team Evil, is a Resident Evil reference. The entire channel name is inspired by Resident Evil. So it's only natural at some point I was going to cover Resident Evil regardless. Like that was always number one on the agenda to get to at some point. It's just that I wanted to build like my confidence. I wanted to build like my familiarity with like how I cover things, how I present things. So that way I could do my favorite like video game franchise justice. Cuz I wanted to do it justice and give it the most respect that I can possibly do. So that's pretty much how I approached this whole thing. So now let's continue with the final scenario, which is decisions. Hopefully that long-winded answer, Happy, answered your question.
Too much growth weakens an organization. What should be important becomes overshadowed by greed. Mass production? Ridiculous! One masterpiece is enough.
Oh, this guy, the fucking tyrant guy.
This place too. What?
Dear George, I have vital information about the current city crisis which only you will understand. I'm waiting at the university. Please contact me as soon as possible. Peter Jenkins.
This is
Peter Jenkins.
Raccoon University. Why there?
Well, as you can tell, this scenario is mostly a special George scenario. Because clearly George is going to be a part of this, whether you have partners or not. He's going to be a part of this anyway for continuity reasons. Just like Yoko is in the freezing point scenario. See, now that whole that main hall definitely gives me Spencer Mansion vibes. And also technically these hallways. It's almost like this university was designed by the same person that that designed the Spencer Mansion. I do like if you're small enough, you could like hide underneath like beds and as you can see there, like the coffee table, like stuff like that. Like that's a pretty nice little thing to try to avoid like certain enemies or get the enemies to kind of stop chasing you, so that way you can kind of like get out and like maneuver around them.
What the hell?
Oh, we got Blue Jewel. It's almost like this is Resident Evil Zero. No, Resident Evil. The original Resident Evil 2 all over again. Oh, and the original Resident Evil 3, where you have to like find the different colored jewels. And then obviously the original Resident Evil 2 is the 2 red jewels that you have to find.
I was thinking. Whatever. Oh God. Woo! Say what? I agree. Why?
Oh, it goes into
I think you're right.
That's goes into the moose head. How come it couldn't be a tiger like a little tiger statue or something?
Please no.
Like how the original Resident Evil was a little tiger statue that you put the little gems in. And just lean back and moonwalk yourself right out the door. That is some slick stuff right there. Oh, we got a dreaded clock puzzle. And the little cuckoo clock gives you another gem.
What the hell?
Or jewel in this case. You definitely have to be cuckoo to be going through all of this shit. Like realistically, people, would any of you be going through any of this crazy stuff right now. If you were in this situation, what would you do? If you would have to go through all of these, like, puzzles and stuff to get anywhere, what would you do? I will say, if this was me, I'd probably off myself at that point. I'd be like, bro, I would have to do all these puzzles. Nope. I'd be like, nope, I'm just gonna end it now. Doing any of this stuff in real life, I'd be like, nope. I am out of here. Ooh, there's a lot of shinies in here. Oh, well, obviously that guy was gonna be dead. And he conveniently...
What?
Oh no, Peter Jenkins! Peter Jenkins got turned into a zombie. Very convenient though that the cutscene had Alyssa right next to the guy, and then as soon as the cutscene ends, Alyssa is back towards the end of the hall. So that way you have enough distance to kill the zombie if you have the means to kill the zombie. So, like, not really complaining about it. Like it's nice that the game does that. Because if you were in the zombie's face, like as soon as the cutscene ended, then, you know, that would be a cheap shot. Like, that would be the game, like, forcing you to take damage. Like, even though you know, you can do otherwise, but at least they thought of that, and they weren't being dicks. And be like, no, we're gonna force you to take damage. Let's put this zombie, like, literally right next to you and just...
Let's go.
And just, you can hope you can react quick enough to not take any damage.
Over there! What the hell?
What are these? Oh, the spiders! Well... It is the, like, sewer area.
Hey there.
The sewer area always has fucking spiders. Especially in the classic Resident Evil games, they're always gonna have spiders. Sorry to anyone who's... To anyone who's watching that is, like, arachnophobic.
Let's hurry!
Like, thankfully for me, I'm not arachnophobic, but I also don't like, I don't like looking at spiders either. But... Is this the subway?
What's wrong? What should I do?
Well, the subway is all fucked up.
Hey, hey!
Hey, now we're in the subway car. Happy Boy said we have to stop these zombies. Well, there's no way to stop the zombies in this, because, you know, the entire city is infected by these things. Well, the entire city is infected, so... We can't let them destroy Bikini Bottom, Happy. Well, the good thing is, I don't think the zombies can swim. That's the good thing. I don't think they could swim. I think Bikini Bottom is safe. The zombies can't swim.
Hey there.
Happy Boy says, very true. Very true. Happy Boy said, so glad you got the joke. Hey. Hey, I got you. Happy Boy said, I was worried it would be an obscure reference. Come on, Happy. I don't think SpongeBob is that obscure of a reference. Like, at this point, kind of everybody knows who SpongeBob is, whether you like it or not at this point. Like, SpongeBob has kind of become one of those characters that just... that kind of everyone knows. Happy Boy said, true, true. Oh look, another one of these light puzzles. God, I hate these light puzzles. Also, another little tidbit about this game. You probably noticed it throughout this whole video. There is a little DNA counter. Excuse me, like percentage thing that every now and then has been popping up in the right hand corner, in the bottom right hand corner of the video. And what that counter is it's kind of a timer. It's kind of a hidden timer. 'Cause it's an infection counter. So if you're taking too long to finish a level, the longer you take, the more that infection counter goes up. And if it reaches 100%, then you pretty much die. If you're playing solo, you pretty much die when it becomes 100%. If you're playing online, though, then what would happen is when you reach 100%, you would turn into a zombie. And at that point, as a zombie, you would be able to go after and try to kill all of your previous teammates. Which is kind of fucked up, but it's a fun, interesting mechanic though that they have for the online portion of the game. If you were able to play the game online, pretty interesting. And the other interesting part is different characters different characters that you play as, of the 8 different characters you could choose, each of the characters have different infection rates also. So certain characters will get infected at a faster rate than other characters. And you probably noticed too that like some of the items and stuff that they've been picking up, that you can pick up antiviral like antidotes. Like it doesn't cure you. It doesn't cure you completely, but it does help bring down like the percentage. So there is items that you could find within the levels that will bring down your percentage if you need it. So there are ways to help you with that. So it's not like you're completely screwed with the infection rate if you're like taking a long time, if you're like trying to figure out what to do, if you're like trying to like collect everything you can and like things like that. So the game doesn't punish you like extremely with that. So hence the items. And we have these nasty, what is this, a beehive? Supposed to be like a beehive, fucking big ass bees. Nasty. But yeah, it's a like Happy said it's that's an interesting mechanic. Yeah, it is. If you're playing online, it's interesting. Like I said, if you're playing offline and you're playing solo, all it is a game over.
The thing's too huge. These 9mm are useless. Almost got him. Hold on.
Calm down. You must give me your blood.
Is that Nikolai?
Hey, something's wrong.
Sir, let's regain our distance then.
What the?
The tyrant is very pissed off.
You.
Down. Impressive. I won't underestimate it next time. It must be going to the man. Might as well set it up. Just in case.
Interesting voice choice for Nikolai for this game. But in any case, if that's supposed to be Nikolai, I believe is supposed to be Nikolai. Anytime I see like an umbrella soldier with a like Russian accent like that, I always think of Nikolai. So if it is Nikolai, great. If it's not Nikolai, then I'm still gonna call him Nikolai regardless. But
Can't be.
hey, look, it's sharks again. It's like Neptune's cousins all over again. You get the Resident Evil 1 references all the time here. Like, what do you... You get sharks in the original Resident Evil, you get a variation of a shark in Resident Evil 6. Is there any other shark enemies in a Resident Resident Evil game? I don't think so. At least I don't remember any off the top of my head. Collecting all of those secret items. Well, the secret items for Alyssa. Because like I said earlier, every character has their own set of secret items in every scenario. So you have to play as each character in each scenario to get all of the secret items. What the hell just bugged? Oh, the tyrant. See, the reason why the tyrant is mad, the reason why the tyrant is so angry is because he's in a Speedo, and I think that Speedo is really tight, and it is chafing him something fierce, and it's trying to fuse with him and go right up his ass. That's why the tyrant is mad. That's why he's mad.
What the hell?
Maybe if you help him free ball.
I think so.
Maybe if the tyrant was free balling, maybe he would be a little bit more happy. You know? I do like the background music there. That was appropriately spooky background music. I like that. Did we make the cure yet? Because I think we might be. I think they might be in the process of going to make a cure.
Uh-huh. I know.
Or am I getting Outbreak File 2 confused?
Hey. Why now? Yeah. Let's hurry.
No, we are making something. I don't think it's a cure though. Because I know what we're making. I believe what we're making can also be used to for the final boss, I believe. Ooh, we got an assault rifle? Word. Definitely gonna need that for the final boss.
Hey there. What should I do?
I still can't get over the little soldier nuts, shoulder nudge that you can do to just like temporarily stun the zombie and just like casually just like run past them and stuff. That's so funny. Oh no, the blunt object broke. That's another thing I wasn't the biggest fan of with this game too, is the weapons that can break when you use them. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of that. you can unlock the ability of what was it? Infinity mode. Like infinite mode, you can unlock that. And just like the name suggests, it gives you like infinite ammo and stuff for your weapons. And it also takes off the durability of all of the melee weapons. So you don't have to worry about things breaking. Uh-oh, here comes the beta hunters. Yeah, what? Yeah, Happy. I'm the same way. I don't like weapon durability. Happy says, weapon durability was a thorn in my side during Zelda Breath of the Wild. And in Tears of the Kingdom, yeah. Yep. I was definitely not a big fan of that in those games either. This isn't the only Resident Evil game that has weapon durability either. Some of the weapon durability is also a thing in some of the remakes. In like the 2 remake and the 3 remake and the 4 remake. Mostly it has to do with the knife. Like, the knife has, like, durability in those games for some reason. Like, I don't know why the knife has durability in the game. It's kind of really stupid. Like, I don't know why that was a thing. It's easily rectified, though, because you can unlock, like, a knife that doesn't have durability in it. So it kind of defeats the purpose of, like, why have knife durability then? Like, it's kind of stupid. Like, I don't know why they added that to those games. It was so weird. Happy also says, also the weapon durability in The Last of Us. The weapon and durability in The Last of Us wasn't that much of a pain in the ass. Like, especially because in The Last of Us, you can get, like, weapon durability, like, upgrades. Like, you could get some stuff to make weapons, like, highly more durable in the game and make it last longer. So, that's why in The Last of Us, it wasn't really that big of a deal for me. Like, I wish it wasn't there, but I get why it's there because of the theming of the game and to drive home, like, the scavenging, like, theme of the game and aspect of the game and the limited resources and all that stuff. Like, I get it. But at least if it was going to be in the game, at least they made it so that way you have, like, options to make things more durable. So at least there's that. Ooh, nice shot. shot. Another hunter over here. Did he die? Nope. Yeah, because you have to shimmy through these the pipes. And obviously you don't want those hunter betas attacking you and knocking you off. Burst rounds for the grenade launcher. Good thing there's no stamina bar in this. Because if there was a stamina bar in this, you'd be wasting a bunch of stamina trying to shimmy through those pipes. That's another thing I'm not like the biggest fan of either, is like stamina systems. I'm also not the biggest fan of stamina systems. Like, I can tolerate stamina systems depending on how the game handles it. So for me, I kind of take some of those things, like weapon durability and like stamina stuff, in a like game-to-game basis. Because each game is gonna do. Each game like generally would do like things differently. So.
Good.
Oh, that zombie literally lunged at like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. It's just the fast zombie animations in this are so funny. Like how they're charging at you and shambling towards you is kind of funny. Now, typically, the zombies are only like this fast because this is like the highest difficulty in the game. Like, obviously, if you're playing this on lower difficulty, then the zombies are pretty much slow-moving zombies like they would, traditionally be. So is that the last? Is that the last piece? Or are we still missing a piece? I think that might be the last piece.
Let's hurry!
Ooh, excuse me. Yep, okay, what's the last piece? What the hell was that? What the hell?
What?
Are those hunters just...
Yeah!
like strung up on fish hooks? That is kind of crazy.
My apologies for this place being so hectic. I have been monitoring your progress from here. I am grateful for your assistance. Daylight is it. The only resource against the T-virus. I cannot give it over to Umbrella. They're the ones responsible for the catastrophe which has befallen the city. In retrospect, that entire T project was a total disaster. Brute force should not be the only criterion for a weapon. It must also be beautiful, unique, and godlike. You will also assist me. You're going to play with my ultimate creation.
So you're gonna be Tess? You're gonna have Alyssa be
Farewell.
like a ooh. And Nikolai with the only execution shot.
Almost time.
Uh-oh, setting bomb. Yep. Oh wow, the bomb is set for 7 minutes? Oh. That seems like more than enough time. Especially since the computer to unlock like the doors was kind of right there. Actually, give me a minute, real quick. I'm gonna pause. I need to take a quick run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. All right. While we so give me a minute. I'll be back as quickly as I can. All right, I'm back. That was quick. Thank goodness my bathroom is literally right outside my door, so I do not have to go far. All right, let's finish up this final scenario.
Good. I was thinking.
Vaccine. Okay, so you used one to completely cure yourself. So now, at this point, you're completely cured of being infected. Reason why we're waiting around here is because the machine is gonna keep making daylight vaccines. So if you had like partner characters. So if you had like AI partners, or if you're playing online and you have like other party members, you would have to sit there and wait for the machine to make a vaccine for every single character. So that would be a total of, what was that, 3 or 4 vaccines that you have to wait for? Which is another reason why they give you like all this time, is because you gotta sit there and wait for all the vaccines to be made one by one. So, and then you have to severely take into account like how long it takes you to get to the exit. Because you can also get special endings if like characters are cured of the daylight cured with the daylight vaccine.
I was thinking. Why now? What happened? Why?
So there can be like special
I agree.
some special cutscenes and stuff that you can get.
Uh-huh.
Which I believe they're going to show one of the special endings. That they're going to show one of the special endings during the wrap-up of this video. If I recall, because I saw it was timestamped in the video, one of the special pairing endings. Because you could get, because some of the special endings you get depends on what specific characters are in the party at the end of this. So, at the end of this final stage. Which is crazy that pretty much this game was like one of these narrative like choose your own like adventure games that you know companies like Telltale would make like several years later. And obviously like companies like Supermassive Games with Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology games. Like this game like has all these different elements to it with all these different like things that can happen. But it's all interactive depending on what the actions you take, certain items that you have, and like stuff like that. And it's like the game was it's like this game was almost predicting like where like narrative like choose your own adventure stuff would kind of go. But you know, with this being like entirely interactive with what's going on, like there's no text prompts, there's no dialogue options, there's none of that. Like the game is just drop you in and you kind of discover it for yourself and kind of figure it out like as you go through this stuff. And it's just crazy, like how much stuff is in this that a lot of games that come after it would either directly be influenced by or indirectly influenced by. And you know, that goes for like games that have nothing to do with Capcom and everything. That just goes for like video games in general. It's just crazy like how much influence this game kind of had.
What was that?
That is crazy that you literally have to run, the clock out. So you literally just stand there and just wait for the clock to expire so the next part of the level can progress. Alright, time to prepare for the final boss fight. Because the final boss should be coming up very soon here. Which, depending on what you did, the final boss of this can either be really annoying or really easy. And there he is. Yo, that Speedo really chafed up his ass, didn't it? There you go, stun lock the shit out of him. See, I told you, if you were able to make to have the Tyrant free balling, he probably would have been less pissed off. But since that Speedo has been chafing his ass and his balls all this time, he just got really super mad. See, he got the extreme, like, BRM. He got the extreme Big Red Mad. There you go. They did it. They did it. Okay, so this is the default ending. Nope. It's the fake out ending. You thought you were done. No, the boss is not done yet. Phase 2, motherfuckers. You're just stabbing getting him to stun lock him with the stabbing. That's funny. If you're wondering how you do something like this, you have to have a good knowledge of iframes. So you have to know at the exact moment where enemies will start registering damage again. Because if you just do it like consistently, continuously, you'll probably be hitting the enemy when they're in the middle of iframes. And then you'll most likely get hit and fuck up the whole stun locking situation. And here comes the missiles to destroy Raccoon City.
Even I've had enough. Just thinking about the column I have to write. I'm getting a headache.
Are you all right? Take this.
Really?
Thanks, but I'll pass.
He was like, you got a headache? Here's some painkillers. Take this. Yeah, exactly. Like if the painkillers wasn't bad enough, it's like, bro, why are you giving me an umbrella medicine? Like, they're the ones that caused this bullshit. Do you really think I'm gonna take that? Like, bruh, fuck that shit. Cause Lito said that Alyssa saw the umbrella symbol on it and she's like, nah, bruh. Exactly, of course. I'd be right there with him. Like, stay away from that shit. Okay. Also, I believe, one of the only ways that you really get the good ending of this game is you have to have one of the daylight vaccine. You have to have one of it with you, I believe. Like, you have to carry one with you. Because I know after the credits, I believe they're gonna show like the other endings that you can get. So we are gonna run through like the other endings, the other possible endings that you can have. But as always, a round of applause to all the developers and everything that made the game, all the voice actors, everybody. Also, a little bit of a fun fact about this game. The voice directing for this game, and I believe the mocap directing for this game was done by Alyssa Allison Court, which, if that name is familiar to any of you, especially any like Resident Evil fans, that is the original voice of Claire Redfield. So Alyssa had the privilege of being the voice director on this game, which is pretty incredible, to be honest. That she would be in the voice director's chair for this. Like, that's actually, like, insane. The nice musical theme from the opening credits to play us out, to close us out of the, well, to close us out as far as the credits go. See, there she is. Motion capture directors, Allison Court. There you go. Aha! If you couldn't tell, I love Claire Redfield, so... Well, I love classic Claire Redfield. That is outside of the fact that I also had the privilege of meeting Allison a couple of times now, so I appreciated her work in the Resident Evil games for a long time before that. So getting to meet her a couple of times at this point was just icing on the cake and just reinforcing my appreciation and my love for what she brought and what she did for the entire Resident Evil fan base and community and the games themselves and all that stuff. So wrapping up here. Also, it's crazy that they were able to do all this for this game in 2003. Because this game came out in 2003. As far as Japan's concerned. Because in Japan it came out in 2003.
Target will soon be in visual range. Hurry up. You only have 15 minutes left to get out of there. Roger.
Here are today's results. It's been 6 months, but the number's still the same. There's no way people could sustain life there.
Not humans, no.
Sir, there's a call for you from the head office.
Put it through.
We'll start at noon, as scheduled. Is everything ready?
Yes, we'll be dropping 2 for each, beginning with sample T4. The rest will follow at 15-minute intervals.
Look at that. Still trying to, even with the destruction of Raccoon City, still trying to figure shit out. Trying to exploit some shit. Completion ratio 77%, not bad. That was plus that scenario was pretty long, 42 minutes. Okay, so hold on, let's read this. Thankfully, it gives descriptions of how to get each ending. So, regretful ending. To get this ending, you must use a daylight regiment on yourself and not have another daylight in your inventory, or do not use daylight on yourself and possess a single one in your inventory upon completing the scenario. Okay, so if you do that, you get this ending. Okay, so this part of the ending is still the same. Which is really cool, that how they depict the Raccoon City like being destroyed and exploded and all that stuff. Definitely better than how the Resident Evil 3 remake
Everyone has
showed
a right
it.
to know the truth. Some people give their lives for it. But what does that mean? Innocent curiosity can bring self-destruction. My only hope is to forget. The darkness is too much for me.
Wow, that was it. That was pretty bad. That was a pretty. Hold on. Okay, that was a pretty bad ending. I would have been pissed if that's the ending I got. Okay, so zombie copter ending. To get this ending, you must not use daylight on yourself or possess any daylight in your inventory. If the appropriate partner has died during the scenario for the pair ending, you will get the zombie ending instead upon completing. Huh. Interesting. Hey Wayne, how's it going, Wayne? Wayne says my only hope is to splooge you in. Nice. Funny. Welcome, Wayne. Welcome. Alright, so let's see what this zombie copter ending. So how's the zombie copter ending go? Exactly, Wayne. Funny, huh?
That was a close one. We'll head over the mountains, but I wonder if it's really over. Well, at least we survived. Thank God. If there is a God.
I wish I didn't know anything, but now, the moment I am no longer myself, I understand completely.
Okay, so so the last ending that you get is the pair ending. Wayne says, "Mommy, Alyssa." Exactly. Um, okay, so to get the pair ending, obviously you have to have Alyssa and Yoko survive the final scenario. To get this ending, you must not use daylight on yourself or possess any daylight in your inventory. In single player mode, the AI Yoko has to still be alive while playing as Alyssa. If AI Yoko uses a daylight regimen on herself, it will not lock you out of the ending, which is good. You can get Alyssa's dialogue without playing online, which is nice. In network mode, if playing as Yoko, you need another player playing as Alyssa, and they need to be alive. That's pretty obvious. The player in control of Alyssa will not affect getting this ending if they use daylight. Okay. So at least the game kind of compensates for the AI not fucking you out of the ending that you're trying to get, at least. So that's good to know. Because if you don't know, the AI will just grab everything around them if they have the inventory space. Like, they will fill up their inventory space by just grabbing, like, everything. Which can be annoying because they will even grab key items. So if you're trying to find the key item and you're not finding it, even though you know where it is and it's not where it is, chances are your AI partner probably randomly picked it up and you need to check their inventory to see if they have it so they can give it to you. So that's also something to consider. All right, let's see what this final ending is. Well, how this final ending plays out.
And so it is that I stay behind. Spreading the virus would be too unconscionable, even for me. Thanks for your help. I totally forgot how to connect to the net.
The net. That's definitely an old school way of saying the internet.
My final contribution. We win, right?
What, sending the information across the internet? Probably? Even though you all die in this explosion here. Yay! The end. And obviously, all the shout outs and everything, and all credit for the video that we used for this to Cyritos 7. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it, but yeah. Let's see. Let me go. Let me go to full screen mode. There you go. Let's see. Some final thoughts here. Obviously taking in my yet again, obviously I unfortunately was not able to play the game myself like I wanted because the controller was not working the way it's supposed to, unfortunately. But taking my previous experience playing the game over the years previously, it's still a game that I really like playing when I can play it. We've definitely gone over all of the many different scenarios and situations that you can do. It's so much stuff. There's even complicated stuff, because there's even in the first scenario they give you the first scenario, the outbreak scenario, they even give you a more time consuming objective that you can do if you want. And that is and you could do it with any character. But what was it? Mark, the security guard, when he's at the bar with a coworker of his. And the coworker is kind of under the weather, kind of sick. And when the zombie comes in and starts the whole chain of events of the zombies coming to swarm the bar, you can help Mark's partner, who is an old guy. He's a more old guy, right? So I'm just going to refer to him as the old guy at this point. You could help the old guy at the very least get to the top of the building that the bar is in. So you can help him get to the roof. But since he's an old man and he's hobbling around, you need to kind of put his arm on your shoulder and kind of like help walk him through the level, pretty much. And you pretty much have to unlock the doors and like take him through, which isn't that bad. But once you get to the wine room, you have to make sure that the gate opens. That the gate that's stuck, you have to make sure it opens. Whether you make it open with the zombie banging on it for long enough, or you use the forklift to go around to the other side, and then there'll be a switch on the other side to raise the gate, and then you continue to take the old guy up there. But the once he gets there, though, once he gets to the roof, you come to find out that that the old guy, the reason why he was under the weather and kind of looks sick, is because he is already infected and is already gonna turn into a zombie. So instead of turning into a zombie, he's like, okay, I'm only slowing you down. Thank you for at least trying to save me, pretty much. But I'm already know I'm gonna turn into a zombie. I could kind of feel the zombie hunger already taking hold. So he pretty much like takes a gun and just shoots himself. So that's like one of the examples of the more involved, like almost like a side questy type of thing that you can do, that involves like a bunch of steps and stuff that you need to take to get to the end. But yeah. But yeah. So with that, that will bring this video to a close. Oh, excuse me. That will bring this video to a close. Hopefully you all enjoyed the little this little video here. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but hey, sometimes you gotta think on the fly and try to figure out a solution to kind of get what you want to do here. But in any case, thank everyone who joined in. Thank everyone for the fun discussions and stuff throughout this throughout the video. And thank all the excuse me, all the new people that joined in, and definitely enjoyed all of you your conversations and everything. And thank you all of the newcomers with the follows and everything. It's always appreciated. Always appreciated all the time. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thumbs up to you for thumbs up to you all for being here and watching along, and all the interactions and the jokes and everything and whatnot. And also putting up with my jokes. with my dad uncle jokes. Thank you, Lino. Thank you, Lino. Thank you. Lino says it was fun watching for sure. Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, if I could be the smallest bit entertaining for all of you, then you know it's all worth it, no matter how I'm able to accomplish the video. As always, not the format that I wanted this to be in, but hey. Thank you for the use of the emotes, Wayne. Thank you for using all those emotes. Get some mileage out of those emotes. But yeah, so next time, we will have to do this type of format again. Cause next time we are going to tackle Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. Cause there was a sequel to this game. So next time we'll tackle Outbreak File 2. And then we will be done with the Outbreak games. Because there's only 2 of them. Unfortunately. I wish there was more. But there's only 2 Outbreak games, so once we close out File 2 next time, we will be done with at least this series of games. But in any event, as always, I've been JR. Thank you all so very much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you all in the next one. Later, everybody.